our friends from the media. The first to address us is a physician by primary training and also a legal practitioner. He holds a master's degree, master's and PhD degrees in bioethics and medical jurisprudence from the School of Law, the University of Manchester in the UK. He has vast experience in healthcare ethics, law and bioethics, medical jurisprudence, health policy, professional regulation, ethics education, research ethics, and ethics governance. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council, Dr. Divine Banyubala, to give us the purpose of gathering and the call to order. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. Respectfully, Chairman of the 11th Board of the Medical and Dental Council, with your kind leave, may I now declare this special meeting of the 11th Board of the Medical and Dental Council respectfully called to order. Chairman, permit me to introduce members of the high table. From the extreme left, we have a professor of maxillofacial surgery, dean of the dental school of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and elected representative of the dental surgeons on the board, Professor Alexander Akwesi Oti Achampong. Next is Mrs. Naomi Onuma Esquire, a distinguished person nominated by the Honorable Minister for Health, a legal practitioner and counsel to the Ghana Communication Technology University, and a distinguished practitioner at KAA Law Consult, Mrs. Naomi Onuma Esquire. Next is a chief state attorney with responsibility for the health sector and representing the Attorney General's Department on the board, Mrs. Stella Otima Bedu. Next is Dr. Frank Osei Frimpong, a specialist psychiatrist, an elected member of representing the medical practitioners on the board, Dr. Frank Osei Frimpong. Permit me, with your kind leave, to skip the next gentleman and then come with the enhanced pride of Ghana, the richness of our culture. Is an eminent surgeon specializing in minimally invasive surgical procedures, a traditional ruler, and a steady hand as the Dean of the School of Medicine, University for Development Studies. Professor Nana Stephen Tabiri represents the medical and dental training institutions, and he's the Tufuhini of Odumasi Traditional Council in the Bono region. Next is a distinguished physician assistant elected by the physician assistants to represent them on the board, my own brother and good friend, Mr. Apieje Wellbeing. My brother, who is just sitting with the impressive tie, is a distinguished academic and professor of finance and development economics. Coming from the Kumasi Technical University, he is a distinguished person nominated by the Honorable Minister for Health to represent the people of Ghana on our board, Professor Joseph Yensu. The gentleman with the impressive hat and in white, my own big brother. We have journeyed for decades in the health sector. Primary qualification as a doctor of veterinary services, has a master's and PhD in public health, distinguished experience in health sector policy design, and in fact, he has been our champion in international cooperation as the technical liaison for the Ministry of Health for over 2 decades. Am I right, my brother? And representing the Honorable Minister for Health for today's function is my own brother, Dr. Hafiz Adam Tahir, Director, Technical Coordination, Ministry of Health. For the gentleman with the impressive chain around his neck, Professor Otia Champon and I were treated to exciting invitation into the profession. We had found a young man who had just retired at that time, the youngest professor in medicine in Ghana, with distinguished tokens under his shoes. And he will announce that. He made pathological science, he demystified it. And he was interested always in inviting us to the morgue. And then you hear Amachi Dede blaring in the background. A former president of the Commonwealth Medical Association, a former president of the Ghana Medical Association, a former director general of the Ghana Health Services, and at the heart, an academic, a researcher, educator, with special interest in dermatopathology. Professor Ajiman Bedu Akonsa, chairman of the 11th Board of Council. And my own deputy, a brilliant mind, Dr. Alex Piansa Kodia, who also celebrates his birthday with our inductees. Chairman, with your kind permission, heads of training institutions and Ministry of Health agencies here present, representatives of professional associations, representatives of development partners here present, our esteemed invited guests, professional colleagues present here at the event, our friends and partners from the media, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the board and management of the Medical and Dental Council, it is my distinguished pleasure to warmly welcome you to this special occasion for the formal induction of newly qualified physician assistants into our noble and demanding profession. As we may be aware, the Medical and Dental Council is the statutory agency under the Ministry of Health charged with the responsibility for the professional regulation of doctors, dentists, and physician assistants in Ghana. Today's ceremony marks the formal exercise of Council's statutory mandate under Part 2 of the Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act of 2013, Act 857, which empowers Council to ensure that only individuals who meet the required knowledge, skills, and ethical standards are admitted to practice medicine and dentistry in Ghana. So this induction is not merely symbolic. It is a public affirmation of competence, character, and commitments to serve, and a fulfillment of the object of Council to secure in the public interest the highest standards in the training and practice of medicine and dentistry in Ghana. In furtherance of Council's objective, The Council is mandated to perform, among other things, to ensure that pre-registration training of newly qualified doctors, dentists, and physician assistants in accredited training institutions meets the required standard. Conduct examinations for registration of foreign trained medical and dental practitioners and physician assistants. Compile and keep registers of registered practitioners and prescribe and enforce professional standards and conduct for registered practitioners. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister for Health, Mr. Kwabena Minta Akando, ably represented by Dr. Hafiz Adam Tahel, ladies and gentlemen, this special meeting of the 11th Board of the Medical and Dental Council is therefore convened this morning to induct some 746 newly qualified physician assistants. They have met the minimum academic and professional requirements, and today they receive their provisional registration, authorizing them to commence their pre-registration practice, commonly referred to as internship, across accredited facilities in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, these physician assistants are drawn from the University of Cape Coast Physician Assistantship Program, Cape Coast, Central University, Tema, Radford University, Accra, University of Health and Allied Sciences, Ho, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, School of Medicine and Dentistry, Kumasi, Narh Bita College, Tema, Garden City University College, Kumasi, School of Anesthesia, Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, Kumasi, University for Development Studies, Tamale, School of Anesthesia, 37 Military Hospital, Accra, School of Anesthesia, Ridge Hospital, Accra, College of Health and Wellbeing, Kintampo, College of Health, YAMFO, Presbyterian University, Agogo, Pentecost University, Accra, Anglican University College of Technology, Nkranza, and foreign trained physician assistants who pass Council's licensure examination. We acknowledge with gratitude the presence of family and friends, both here and those joining us virtually on our various social media platforms, whose support has been pivotal in the journeys of these young professionals. Mr. Chairman, may I now seek your leave to address the inductees. Dear inductees, today you transition from the sheltered environment of supervised learning to the realities of frontline practice. Until now, your involvement in patient care was carefully mediated by your teachers and supervisors. From today, you bear primary professional responsibility for the lives entrusted to you. With this responsibility comes great privilege, but also high expectations. You are now custodians of public trust, and this trust must be earned and sustained through competence, compassion, and integrity. You must be guided not only by the clinical knowledge, but by an ethical compass that respects dignity and humanity of every single patient you encounter. So, your provisional registration today is conditional. It is valid only at the facility you will be posted to. It also marks the beginning of your supervised practice, during which the Council will continue to assess your competence, your conduct, and your readiness for full licensure. The oath you will be taking today is both a personal and public declaration of your commitment to uphold the highest standards of medical and dental professionalism. You will be eligible for permanent registration only after you have met the pre-registration standards, as earlier explained to you yesterday during the pre-induction professional ethics and medical jurisprudence seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with the guiding principle guiding the professions, protecting the public, the Council's regulatory focus is firmly on professional accountability. The aim is to ensure that as practitioners, you promote and protect public health and safety, you maintain the trust and confidence that society places in our profession, and you uphold the integrity of the healthcare system through exemplary conduct. So, as new physician assistants, you must be ever mindful that the privilege to practice comes with the obligation to adhere to the higher standards of ethics and professionalism. There have been incidents where a few of us have fallen short of the expected standards. So cases of negligence, improper and unethical behavior that actually betray the public trust. Let these serve as cautionary tales. You are going to swear a solemn oath to serve humanity with compassion, respect, and dignity. You must then honor that oath every day in your clinical encounters. Treat patients and their families with dignity and empathy. Safeguard patient confidentiality and work within the competence and follow the ethical guidelines of your profession, our profession. Mr. Chairman, in recent times, the Ministry of Health and the Medical and Dental Council have undertaken significant initiatives to strengthen our healthcare sector. Notable among them is the introduction of the practitioner stamp, name tag, and professional apparel policy as part of a broader strategy to strengthen professional accountability and traceability of practice. The Council, in collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority, has developed a practitioner verification system featuring a unique practitioner-specific stamp and name tag with inbuilt security and verification features. The stamp is intended to serve as a practical point-of-care tool for authenticating clinical documents and linking them directly to identifiable practitioners on the name tag for easy identification of a practitioner and the scope of their practice. So you will find on the name tag a recent picture image of the practitioner, their registration number, and it will be clearly indicated: medical doctor, dental surgeon, physician assistant oral health, physician assistant medical, physician assistant anesthesia. That is because within the healthcare setting, the proliferation of doctorate degrees and it confuses the ordinary patient who, under Section 167 of Act 851, has a statutory entitlement, right, to know the identity, the true identity of their caregiver. When implemented as part of an integrated practitioner verification framework, Mr. Chair, interoperable with electronic health records and claims management systems, this stamp policy provides a context-appropriate mechanism from real-time verification in both digital and paper-based healthcare environments. Mr. Chairman, the Council commenced full business operations from its head office complex and the National Specialist Skills and Examination Center located in Pantan in April this year, and were blessed with the presence of the Honorable Minister, who officially commissioned the building on the 2nd of June. Mr. Chairman, we are hopeful that the Honorable Minister for Health will honor his pledge to provide additional funding to enable the commencement of phase 2 of the project this year. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of the Honorable Minister for Health, Honorable Kwame Nkrumah University, the Council will welcome delegates from across Africa and beyond to Accra for the 28th Annual Scientific Conference of the Association of Medical Councils of Africa from the 23rd to 27th of August this year. The conference will help shape conversations on the future of healthcare regulation under the theme Responsive Regulation for Safer Communities Towards Universal Health Coverage. The Association of Medical Councils is a continental association of health practitioner regulators, particularly medical and dental councils, Its mission is to strengthen healthcare regulation across Africa by promoting high standards in medical education, professional registration, ethical practice, regulatory science, and public protection through collaboration, harmonization, and shared learning among member countries. Simply put, AMQA exists to ensure that Africans can have greater confidence that those entrusted with their healthcare are competent, ethical, and accountable. So the conference will provide a great platform for regulators, policymakers, professional associations, academics, development partners to exchange ideas, share best practices, and develop practical solutions to common challenging problems confronting healthcare regulation on our continent. Mr. Chairman, among the sub-themes are inclusive regulation, regulatory science program development and rollout, African healthcare practitioner regulatory policy outlook, African healthcare regulatory authorities data exchange infrastructure, and regulation in humanitarian and fragile settings. Conference opening will be on the 24th of August, and Mr. Chair, I'm pleased to announce that His Excellency the President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has kindly accepted to open the conference and the preliminary sessions for us. I'm also happy historically to announce that the Right Honorable Speaker will also close the conference on the 26th of August for us. The other historic feature is that for the first time, the International Association of Medical Regulatory Authorities, the global body, is partnering the WHO Afro region in partnership with Medical and Dental Council Ghana and AMQA to run a collaborative health workshop on health practitioner regulation. Our country has earned a reputation for democratic stability, hospitality, and progressive health sector reforms. In particular, His Excellency the President's health sector reset agenda with a focus on health sovereignty of the African continent. And for that matter, International Association of Medical Regulatory Authorities and WHO are happy to partner and be in Ghana to conduct this historic workshop. Through the Ministry of Health and the Medical and Dental Council, Ghana continues to strengthen professional regulation in ways that promote patient safety and quality of healthcare. So hosting AMQA 2026 offers Ghana an opportunity to showcase these achievements whilst learning from the experiences of our peers from across the continent and beyond. We therefore warmly invite all of you here and corporate organizations, financial institutions, development partners, international agencies, professional associations, and philanthropic organizations to partner with Council to deliver this historic conference. Supporting AMQA 2026 conference is an investment in stronger healthcare systems, patient safety, professional excellence, and Africa's journey towards universal health coverage. So your partnership will not only contribute to the success of the conference, but will also demonstrate your commitment to improving healthcare across our continent. And those of you who may be interested, you go onto our website and use www.mdcghana.org. You will see a link, click here to register. You click on the link, and it's step by step you will get through. Mr. Chairman, Dr. Taher, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, may I have final professional conversations with our inductees. On behalf of Council and the entire profession, I congratulate you on your achievement and warmly welcome you into the fold of Ghana's medical and dental community. You have worked hard and persevered through years of rigorous training to reach this point. Now, you join a noble, honorable, and truly learned profession. One that commands respect, but also demands unwavering commitment and sacrifice. So as you step into your roles as healthcare providers, remember that the practice of medicine and dentistry is as much an art as is first a science. Technical knowledge and clinical skills, while crucial, are not the only ingredients of great practitioners. The character with which you carry out your duties will profoundly affect an unyielding commitment to lifelong learning, to keep pace of all the accredited facilities for housemanship and internship. And of course, my own board, whose leadership is strongly guiding the path of this regulator. Management and staff of council, our partners, important partners, professional associations, and you are all warmly welcome to this very important ceremony this morning. It is our hope, and definitely my hope, that you enjoy our program. We thank you for coming.
Can we do it better for the registrar? Thank you, Dr. Divine Banyubala, the registrar of the Medical and Dental Council. May we now listen to a song from the Present King Youth Choir. A round of applause for President King Youth Choir. Chairman of the 11th Board of the Medical and Dental Council, representative of the Honorable Minister, Dr. Hafiz Adams Tahir, members of the 11th Board, our invited guests, distinguished personalities, parents, our friends from the media. It is now time for the roll call of inductees, and once again, I call on the registrar, Dr. Divine Banyubala, to do us the honor. Shall we please welcome him?
Chairman, with your kind leave, before I get into the roll call, the first disclaimer is that my tongue does not effectively interact with alphabets very well these days. Luckily for me, I have insurance. My deputy has a better tongue that interacts much more beautifully with alphabets. So I'll be calling for bailout. He is my IMF. The second one is that there are rules to the roll call. Our inductees are sitting in rows. We will call them, and once they hear their names, they'll standing up to the last name. At the end of that last name is when we will recognize that cohort. Because we have to introduce them to teamwork in healthcare. And that you have shared responsibility with the ultimate interest of the patient. Also because some of them come from just here, others come from Nuhwan. So whilst half a village may be here for one person, another one is just coming alone. It's important that they have it, that in teamwork we share responsibilities and also share rewards equally. The second bit is that once we finish with that cohort, they have to sit. And the next cohort will stand. That is because we know inductees are also differently vertically endowed. And we want the cameras to capture everybody's single face. So that tomorrow when we go to the health center, the hospital, and then they are more treating us, we say, I bet I was at your induction, I saw your face. Now, as a clue that we are going to the last name, you will hear "and" before that name comes. Then we will give applause. Is that okay? So let's see whether we are a great audience. I'll use me as the last person in the cohort. And divine Banyu Bala. You are a wonderful audience. A+. Not the politician, but the grade. Share with your leave. Gideon Frimpong Abebio. Gloria Awenli Abakisi. Farihana Abdul Fatah. Muhammad Mandeya Abdul Haq. Abibatu Abdul Karim. Hajaratu Abdul Mumin. Aishatu Abdul Rahman. Abdul Mumin Abdullah. Jawratu Nantamba Abdullah. Idrisu Abdul Latif. Muhammad Muhib Abdul Rahman. Tijani Abdul Salam. Asana Abdul Samed. Ama Abedi. Charlotte Abekan. Sumaila Abida. Eugenia Delali Aku Abledu. Christlove Abuaji da Costa. Emmanuel Safu Abuaji. Peter Abuaji. Precious Afrakuma Abuaji. Richard Abuaji. Jabez Ayirevigiliya Abodo. Khadija Abubakar. Jamardin Wakasu Muhammad Abubakari. Fela Abukari. And Emanuela Gona Achampong. Thank you, thank you. Hibezina Opoku Achampong. Kweku Achampong. Kwame Jr. Achampong. Okofo Puma Achampong. Stephen Edu Achampong. Josephine Jessica Aka. George Ata Bedu Aqua. Akwe. No Aqua. George Ata Bedu Aqua. James Kwajo Aqua. Jennifer Aqua. Nicholas Aqua. Priscilla Aquando. Kelvin Tremi Adade. Ernestina Adakabia. Noaman Adam Tahiru. Fauzia Hapula Adama. Abubakari Sadiq Adams. Samiratu Adams. Kevin Owusu Adai. Augustine Adai Apia. Benjamin Adai. Cindy Sahini Adai. Kwame Owusu Addison. Chancellor Edu. Rachel Yayira Edu. Winston Yabua Edu. And Christabel Narh Akuye Adi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Daniel Adinkra, Alberta Yawo Ajaho, Elvita Sewa Aje, Frida Aje, Jimama Sewa Aje, Lorraine Okai Aje, Theophilus Aje, Solomon Bekun Aje Mensa, Samiratu Rebecca Ajo Kacha, Michael Wiafi Adolfo, Stanislas Ferguson Adoko, Abraham Adorwini, Akayeti Benedict Adongo, Emmanuel Landi Edu Nyame, Augustine Edu, Benjamin Amwaku Edu, Cecilia Adoma Edu, Edmond Kofi Edu, Godfred Edu, McLean Ejekum Edu, Prince Edu, Samuel Ohini Edu, Tony Opoku Edu, Emmanuel Edu Boateng, Samuel Edu Kwachi, Dennis Edu Opoku, and Grace Adusi. Thank you, thank you. Please don't let the applause die down. They have worked hard. Joshua Educhum, Doreen Adam Azumfua, Eliklim Afajino, Janice Esnam Afari, Richmond Kwame Carl Atheku, Bright Chani Aflo, Emmanuel Ajapon Afrifa, Albert Jamina Afriye, Edwin Kwame Afriye, Nana Ya Afriye, Joycelyn Afriye Boating, Modesta Asaki Boba Agana, Jonathan Agbebiano, Charles Agbemabiase, Godson Asafu Agbo, Wanda Kobla Agbo Deka, Richmond Ago, Araba Agri, Patricia Ewenam Aglago, Patrick Eche Agoha, Solomon Atu Bewi Agoriwo, Gabriel Tete Aguale, Ernest Ejapon, Henry Ejapon, Isaac Yao Ejapon, Joshua Ejapon, Priscilla Ama Ejapon, and Sylvester Ejari. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Desmond Kwame Eje, Emmanuel Eje, Emmanuel Kwabna Eje, Joel Eje, Mercilinius Chirami Eje, Paul Nimaku Eje, Sikafor Ampa Ben Chirami Eje, Williams Eje, Josephine Ose Ejewa, Emmanuel Nyaku Ejekum, Dua Ajiman, Kezia Nana Ajiman, Na Shika Jajama, Ajiri Saki, Festus Yao Ahiafo, Nicholas Chenuopo Ahiamaji, Doji Ahiachi, Fahima Nasara Ahmed, Fatimat Ahmed, Tahiru Baba Ahmed, Rachel Asiome Abla Ahovi, Emmanuel Chinchin Edu, Justice Elin Edu, Anastasia Ama Adajiwa Akins, Emmanuel Awinu Akantara, Jonathan Akalem Bona, Michael Clement Akisi Ba, Kwajo Bano Akosa, Stephen Akote Bonzi, and Sefas Kweku Akoto. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Esther Pinaman Akoto, Eugene Brako Akoto, Priscilla Amponsa Akoto, Fred Akpemado, Hannah Akugri, Patricia Akuka, Millicent Akuche, Rosemond Enyonam Akwenzi, Gifty Nana Echia Mensa, Alia Alfred Alebia, Adams Sai Irma Al-Hassan, Amos Farouk Al-Hassan, Edward Wumpeni Al-Hassan, Fatima Al-Hassan, Joshua Ali Bugri, Abdullah Ibn Jafaru Amadu, Marijan Salifu Amadu, Beatrice Sewa Amaniampong, Belinda Amankwa, Isaac Amankwa, Samuel Amankwa, Emmanuel Amate, Francisca Ejona Ame Dome, Goswe Mauli Amegago Vijro, Pearl Safako Amegbo, Kate Ama Amenuvo, Suala Amida, and Augustine Emisa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Emmanuel Binen Emisa, Angela Amwa, Desmond Ayorogo Amwa, Frederick Amwa, Priscilla Amwa, Frederick Tete Amwate, Rachel Amobia, Raymond Amu, Persis Adum Ampa, Persis Adum Ampa, Elroy Kakra Ampia, Constance Ampofo, Rich Love Ampofo, Bernard Ampo Manning, Clement Ampong, Pius Amponsa, Jude Amponsa Opon, Emanuela Amponsem, Gideon Amponsem, Marian Malibna Anaba, Atu Blessed Anamoa Eshan, Janet Anani Eje, Samuel Ejekum Anani, Ruth Ando, Prince Samuel Anete Mensa, Frederick Ang Mokte Zogli, Ruth Donina Ankuma, Olivia Akosua Ankuma, Benedicta Anan, Enoch Kofi Anochi, Christiana Talata Anongara Abumoy, Albert Owusu Ansa, and Rosemond Ansa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Theophilia Nwia Awube Ansa, Veronica Asante Ansong, Mary Anthony Ola Bode, Andriana Anshui, Andrew Nti Anshui, Daniel Anshui, Emmanuel Nyaku Anshui, Felix Kwabena Anshui, George Kwabena Anshui, Kevin Anshui, Muhammad Said Kwajo Anshui, Naomi Nyaku Anshui, Matilda Anshui, Janet Ayoko Anyete, Daniel Late Apau, Rita Odro Apa, Albert Kakra Apia, Bartholomew Boachi Apia, Bennett Ampedu Apia, Helen Apia, Helena Chunibua Apia, Michael Apia, Natalia Efua Latibia Apia, Mavis Asibi Apuantun, Anne Archer, Edward Achampon Ahin, John Ahin, Emmanuel Ako, Jessica Kum Ako, Enoch Amwa Ako, and Amazia Aaron Ama. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Adele Isabella Equia Ata, Frida Techua Ata, Michael Kweku Ata, Marian Boatima Asabr, Benjamin Asamoah, Felicia Nana Ya Asamoah, Gabriel Asamoah, Kevin Asamoah, Patient Dufie Asamoah, Victoria Anolo Wapo Asamoah, Washington Dapa Asamoah, Eunice Asamoah Anchi, Angela Akosua Chirewa Asante, Clement Dia Asante, Dominic Adi Kisiedu Asante, Emmanuel Asante, Enoch Frimpong Asante, Juliana Jesua Asante, Millicent Asumanua Asante, Kenneth Asante Techi, Mary Jima Asantua, Derek Yao Asari, Gifty Asari, Grace Evi Asari, Joshua Asari, Rhoda Carl Asari, Sophia Asari, Bright Asasi, Joanna Jessica Ashley, Ata Kwajo Nyakun Asiedu, Rebecca AC Asiedu, Ruth Lordina Asma, Comfort Chira Asoma, Francis Ata Asmanin, and Angelina Asumaya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Solomon Awin Lawyer Atiswini, Albert Apenyo Ativui, Cletus Atobulgo, Kelly Achi Mensa, Derek Senior Ata Acheni, Peter Ofori Atakura, Emmanuel Atama, Collins Tei Ate, Nancy Emefa Atipo, Emmanuel Elom Kofi Aveji, Francis Avoyi, Beta Enyonam Avomekpa, Derek Awaji, Muhammad Awal Anam Zoya, Esnam Yao Au, Angelina Bafo Ewa, Samuel Awumbe, Obed Asamoah Awune, Solomon Awune, Noble Awu Sanya, Obed Fusheni Ayab Bila, Cherry Sewa Aye, Samuel Aya, Joseph Ayi Boachi, George Ewuku Aivi, Patient Ayumu, Rose Azanab, Joseph Azumdam, Yandam Azuma, Razak Ban, Musa Baba, Kate Na Tetioko Bedu, Edward Brobe Bafo, and Williams Karakari Bafo. Chairman, respectfully, I would like to take a break and my deputy will continue. Thank you.
So the rules remain the same. Prudence, Irin Sumbo Bagania. Andalin Asamoah Beidu. Daniela AC Beidu. Dorcas Beidu. Anna Dede Banahene. John Japagil Banyinjuom. Philip Banyubala. Emmanuel Banyuro. Jerry Kuma Bakon. Edna Sewa Bewa. Susanna Baso Bakwawa. Stephen Tete Bacha. Derek Jesse Bediakon. Yvonne AC Benya. Caleb Osei Bekon. Eric Bekon. Salmanja Yao Bilajam. Mary Bindefi. Batina Ama Kumiwa Binfo. Foster Blackpa. Dorothy Poma Buedi, Grace Buedu, Shadrach Buedu, Zachariah Buedu, Kelvin Buahen, Mary Edu Buahen, Nana Kusi Buache Antonsa, Benis Buache, Clement Odro Buache, Evelyn Yadom Buache, Francis Buache, Prince Kwesi Buache, Richard Kufuor Buache, Ama Nkrumah Buaten, and Amponsa Buaten. Thank you. Please have your seat. Bernard Buaten, Emmanuel Amankwa Buaten, Emmanuela Buaten, Godfred Buaten, Marvelous Buaten, Prince Kweku Buaten, Roxanne Buaten, Dennis Ata Bola, Jerison Adiola Bolaji, Angela Na Tioko Boni, Christabel Besiwa Bonsu, Richard Bonsu, Richmond Osei Boche, Victoria Bo, Ethel Latele Boy, Sarkodie Bright, Emmanuel Osei Bonsu Brobe, Wilfred Hinewi Brown, Mami Manye Bua, Fatau Bukari, Tahiru Kuri Bukari, Victorious Kamok, Priscilla Chuchu, Bernard Kobina, Augustine Kojo, Eresi Abia Nyameche Dadu Yafe, Adam Sabukum Debu, Mark Echampon Dazi, Ibrahim Dakwari, Xavier Walanyo Damale, Sylvia Akosia Dakon, Jamila Dawood, Strato Depu, Ruth Love Irama Deborah, Diana Deku, Laurentia Dechi, and Augustine Derry. Thank you. Please have your seats. Matthew Diba Rinye, Claudia Dinko, Gabriel Mauli Do, Adrina Edem Do Vivo, Thomas Mausi Doga, Michael Ofo Kofi Dome, Gilbert Nuo Donkeri, Asiedu Donko, Karen Donko, Godsway Dakpe Yao Doche, Amond Dover, Drausil Ama Yaira Dra, Lodina Dufie, Rebirin Emon Duke, Abigail Drua, Princess Afia Techiwa Jumo, Renee Jaka, Sebastian Senyo Kofi Jagle, Nancy Jifa, Amos Eddie, Juliet Edwin, Yao Amwakon Efonre, Desmond Elewe, Sheila Angel, Bismarck Ishen, Beatrice Isando, Josephine Esau, Amadou Faisal, Hayat Farouk, Johnson Faye, Nina Rosa Fiazigbe, John Junior Fofie, Benedicta Anyama Fondo, Gloria Batiema Fonse, Bright Ewa Fojo, Prosper Fosu, and Emmanuel Edem Freku. Please don't let the applause die. Thank you. Kwesi Frimpon Asamoah, Befiwa Frimpon Buedu, Emmanuela Akuma Frimpon, Prince Frimpon, Richard Bonsu Frimpon, Valeria Frimpon, Azaratu Fuseni, Gerard Salom Gajekpo, Cheryl Abna Gainson, Samuel Boabin Kwesi Gazy, Faustina Akpene Gakpeto, Pascaline Gali, Kofi Edwin Gatti, Eunice Begbi, Samuel Beve, Paul Gentu, Manyimpua George, Tuanini Evans Gestina, Horatio Nana Boama Umanye Glover, Collins Godai, Emanuela Gordon, Samuel Kojo Gordon, Papa Kwesi Graham Wilberforce, Clement Jabin, Bismarck Jemfi, Kingsley Kusi Jemfi, Princess Poma Jemfi, Robert Owusu Jemfi, Laurentia Bosompim Jan, Ransford Amwakun Jesse, Ebenezer Janine, Jesse Elsie Hagan, Emily Esinam Hanyambui, Salma Hashim, Dr. Treme Hassan, and Eric Honu. Thank you. Have your seats. Ilham Ibrahim, Ishawu Ibrahim, Aisha Idris, Matthew Idrisu, Naomi Na Ajele Ofoni Nkemefuna, Stella Ama Jantua Imprep, Idrisu Isa, Seidu Isa, Dabri Isaku, Emmanuel Theophilus Jackson, Zakiyat Asamoah Kamaru, Dennis Duncan Kan Esuri, Benis Hatonliaba Baveru Canton, Sharifatu Boren Nasa Kasim Harrison, Michelle Efia Owusu Kina, Herbert Kesi, Mame Ajwa Inseidua Kesi, Humphrey Nate Kojo, Queensta Kodia Boafo, Justice Kodia, Talin Wisuamo Kujiakwa, Eugene Komashi, Daniel Konto, Joel Ajako Crunchy, Emmanuel Cranton, Evans Tony Kutuka, Patience Eunice Pofo, Janet Mausi Cratchy, Emmanuel Kwejo Kra, Julius Kra, Samuela Ohinewa Krofa, Martha Aram Kudo, Emmanuel Sichofe Kuma, Calvin Doji Kuma, Michael Ofeni Kuma, Stephen Kuma, and Evans Kumi. Thank you. Have your seats. Salamat Kuruwa, Frederick Kusi, Grace Achia Kusi, Jonah Kusi, Emanuela Kwabel, Cynthia Sangmoki Kwabla, Henrietta Kwakuyi, John Lamek Kwache, Ruth Amia Kwache, Solomon Kwanika, Prisla Ata Kwao, Collins Kwatin, Emmanuel Adumaku Kwatin, Prisla Kwatin, Rachel Kwatin, Joseph Broku Kofi, Godfred Bafuo Jiabuo Chei, Jeremiah Chei, Michael Akusa Chei, Bernard Tre, Emmanuel Tre, Bernard Fernand Akosia Tre, Nana Kwesi Tre, Bernard Jumfo Treme, Godfred Ejapon Treme, Matilda Poma Treme, Ruth Techiwa Treme, Samuel La, Haruna Zakari Larry, Darling de na Ayele Lamte, Joshua Lamte, Emmanuel Labi, Ganeyu Ibrahim Labil, Yusra Said Larry, Gertrude Teria Lase, David Ni Ajin Late, Mahama Latif, and Anthony Licho. Thank you. Princess Faiza Mahama Jinapo, Ibrahim Mahama, Muhammad Mahmoud, Joel Mankata, Enoch Kingsford Menu, Eugene Mafu, Kingsford upon Mafu, Pempa Janet Imbo, James Makion, Elaine Achia Mensa, Emmanuel Mensa, Ernest Mensa, Grace Mensa, Juliet Mensa, Richard Cosmos Mensa, Samuel Mensa, Susanna Ajua Mensa, Vincent Pa Kwesi Mensa, Kwajo Afi Menta, Radiatu Suhunri Muhammad Awar, Adizatu Muhammad, Amin Muhammad, Aminu Muhammad, Fauzan Chalpan Muhammad, Hafiz Muhammad, Halimatu Muhammad, Isaac Nawai Motu, Alison Van Morgan, Samuel Arize Mozu, Yasmin Lepode Musa, Mutalabi Mustafa, Sadiq Kolawo Mustafa, Augustine Naida, Anthony Longman Nagben, Kingsley Nakoja, and Stella Dokunik Nakom. Dennis Nana Aduma, Derek Nate, Oliver Nate, Samuel Nate, Charles Nasala, Samuel Nasam, Juliana Indago, Susanna Adei Nikwe, Samuel Nikai Nete, Christabel Newman, Richmond Afum Nimakon, Evans Nimo, Clement Ningan, Amaba Nkrumah, Helena Nkrumah, Janet Nkrumah, Paul Yabua Nkrumah, Dorinda Efua Nkwa, Lois Animwa Insia, Michael Insia, Thomas Bempa Insia, Ata Saban Ntadu, Isaac Intebe, Festus Otu Intiamwa, Blessing Abora Intim, Michael Goodman Intiri, Hannah Into, Amen Gabriel Nuga, Edith Nuteko, Desmond Nyame, Ransford Nyame, Dorothy Ominakun Jampon, Ebenezer Nyane, Perpetua Ansumaniwa Nyanovo, Cecilia Nyakun, Hanif Kweku Ba Nyakun, and Augustine Obin. Thank you. Please have your seat. Ebenezer Obin, Emmanuel Obin, Monica Obin, Ruth Obin, Nana Ajua Okran, Eric Mensa Odum, Jennifer Nana Odum, Matilda Odum, Blessing Kwatin Odro, Samuel Odro, Bridget Ofori, Clifford Ofori, Samuel Ofori, Kezia Na Ubiele Ugbame, Miriam Yabua Ohinewa, Richmond Amihie Okai, Dixon Ejapon Oko, Eunice Okwan, Reinhard Mafu Ochri, Harriet Obrebia Opare, Felicia Buedua Opoku, Hansen Philip Opoku, Isaac Opoku, Prince Opoku, Prince Opoku, Roland Opoku, Skilling Anefi Opoku, Tobias Ajiman Opoku, Winifred Opoku, Yao Opoku, Abdul Rahman Kwame upon, Ellen Wahima upon, Ohene Yabua upon, Samson upon, Wilfred Osei Akoto, Ebenezer Asasi Osei, and Frederick Kofi Osei. Thank you. Gideon Asibe Osei, Gilbert Nketia Osei, Gloria Fosua Osei, Lois Osei, Margaret Thatcher Osei, Maxwell Owusu Osei, Prince Amankwa Osei, Prince Yao Osei, Prosper Bonsu Osei, Farida Osman, Alfred Osokli, Emmanuel Osil, Christiana Ifa Ochri, Jessica Ochri, Lillian Otin, Godfred Junior Otin Dia, Judith Akle Tumfuo, Benjamin Na Uredu, Cecilia Owusu Ansa, Esther Owusu Ansa, Kwesi Ajiman Dia Owusu, Diana Amofa Owusu, Emmanuel Owusu, Felix Owusu, Gilbert Nana Owusu, Henry Dakum Jemfi Owusu, Jerry John Owusu, Justicia Ejay Owusu, Calvin Bonsu Owusu, and Kojo Owusu. Louis Damte Owusu, Monica Ampofu Owusu, Princess Kwatsma Owusu, Olivier Oyadie, Boluwatife Elizabeth Oyesile, Nicholas Pabite, Grace Patterson, Richard Pengma, Harriet Pokua, Perpetua Pra, Lovely Adade Kwedu, Sabina Inshra Kwesin, Adam Razak, Peter Sabezak, Amidu Sani, Faustina Abina Sagbaja, Obed Sego, Ruhania Salifu, Daniela Sam Inkum, Grace Day Sapaku, Samuela Awedama Lamisi Sapio, Stephen Sarkodie, Loretta Kesiwa Sapon, Samuel Abwaje Sapon Akuako, Richmond Enin Sasu, Eunice Sewa, and Ernest Selom Seshi. Thank you. Fomevo Setiam, Salamatu Bimunka Say, Philip Akwesi Siame, Peter Simon, Abdul Rahman Sina, Experienza Smith, Abish Ahofe Sosu, Lillian Nyendini Stephen, Joseph Sula, Thomas Sulemana Dawuni Idi, Abu Safanyu Sulemana, Ibrahim Sulemana, Faustina Suk, Ni Matu Bawa Tahiru, Mavis Temia, Margaret Tinadu, Gifty Tinkran, Enoch Tete, Faizatu Dede Tete, Samuel Tete, Jennifer Edinam Daiki Tete Oklu, Sylvia Ekua Amankwa Thompson, Gau Edmond Tinabile, Daniel Ni Boy Toto, Caleb Toto, Elvis Chadide, Agnes Aseye Tutu, and Benjamin Akwesi Tutu. Thank you. The registrar will continue.
Samson Chumesi Ansa, Rita Vanderpoy, Salom Vedume, Hamza Abugri Wahabu, Princess Meeklin Ward, Emmanuel Justice Wasa, Millicent Waja, Mawulom Wanyonyo, Fidel Nana Kwao Gulemenga, Jamardin Kasim Ya, Abigail Yajechi, Rahina Echia Yakubu, King Afari Yamwa, Victoria Abba Youngson, Augustine Kwame Yeboah, Clement Yeboah, Eric Obobi Kisi Yeboah, Gertrude Yeboah, Justice Donko Yeboah, Precious Yeboah, Prince Adai Yeboah, Prosper Obiri Yeboah, Wendy Yeboah, Abdul Malik Yusuf, Aishatu Yusuf, Aliu Ziblim, Patience Ziga, King Sakite Zimmerman, Matthias Adam Azemethi, John Ate Kwame, Esther Eyim Dankwa, and Grace Adajiwa Ansa. Thank you. I think our audience, you deserve an applause. Now, all inductees, may I respectfully request all of you to be upstanding and don your white coats with your name tags and your provisional registration numbers. And our media team ensure that you cover them and ensure each single one of them, their faces appear in the coverage. By this appropriate professional apparel and then name tags, we expect that our practitioners will remain in the appropriate professional apparel as long as they remain in the care environment. And they must be easily identifiable. Inductees, before I submit you for consideration, we had a whole day's pre-induction seminar on ethics and medical jurisprudence. You also had foreknowledge of what is contained in the physician assistant's oath. I'll give you 1 minute. There are 2 exit doors in the front row on the left and right, and there are 4 exit doors at the back. If for any reason you feel strongly that you cannot abide by any of the provisions in the physician assistant's oath, please, we'll give you the opportunity to exit the hall now. This is serious business. Because it's the physician assistant's oath. And you must be ready to abide by every single one of it, otherwise it's pointless. So whether you are going to swear, affirm, this is an opportunity for you. You had a whole night to reflect on the contents of the oath. If for some strong reason you feel that your personal values, your religious values, or anything will stand between you and your patient and the professional ethical obligations you are going to commit yourself to, please exit the hall now. Respectfully, Chairman of the 11th Board of Council, I see no movement out. I therefore humbly submit for the consideration of your board some 746 physician assistants in oral health, medical, and anesthesia for admission into our honorable learned profession. Respectfully submitted for consideration, Chair.
Inductees, will you repeat after me? After I, you mention your name and proceed accordingly. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patients' autonomy, beneficence, non-malfeasance, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. Of my practice. I will assess my personal capability I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast with advanced medicine / dentistry. I will work with other members of the health care team to provide compassionate and effective care of clients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to improve the health of the community. I will respect my professional relationship with the medical / dental practitioners and teachers. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. So help me God.
We will remain standing as we have the representative of the Ministry of Health to lead us into the recital of the National Pledge, Dr. Tahir Adams. Shall we please welcome him?
Thank you very much. So we are going to recite the pledge. So let's place our palms on our chest. And you repeat after me. This time you don't mention your name. It's a pledge. I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God. Thank you.
Shall we all be upstanding, please? Professor Chair, with your kind permission, may I introduce dignitaries that have found time out of their busy schedule to grace this honorable occasion. In no particular order, may I recognize the administrator from Central University School of Medical Sciences, the person of Mr. Kwame Nkrumah. We also have with us the Vice Dean from Central University School of Medical Sciences in the person of Dr. Xavier Ajanti. We have the Dean, Central University School of Medical Sciences in the person of Professor Jennifer Wellbeing.
Hello.
Representing the commander, 37 Military Hospital, the person of Brigadier General Simpong. The applause is too feeble. We have over 1,000 people here. We have with us the former Director for Human Resource for Health Development in the Ministry of Health. He came with a wife in the person of Dr. Kwesi Asabri. We have with us the General Secretary for the Ghana Physician Assistant Association. He is also a District Director of Health Services from the Buan District. I present to you Mr. Peter Eiram Kwenyef. Next on my list is the Registrar and CEO of the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana in the person of Mr. Kwame Nkrumah. Representing the Registrar of the Medical and the Registrar of the Pharmacy Council is the head of admin for the Human Resource Directorate in the person of Mrs. Rosemond Edu Opon. We are with us the officer in charge of the polyclinic and coordinator for house officers from the 37 Military Hospital in the person of Dr. T.E. Dakwa. From the Radford University College, he is the program director for physician assistant training. He is the person of Dr. R.Y. Osei. We have with us from Yoko, Welfare and Health and Safety Unit, the person of Ms. Esther Loko. Also from the Anti-Trafficking Unit of Yoko is the person of Pearl Eduhine. We have with us the Deputy Chief of Staff, Medical, Ghana Armed Forces Health Services Headquarters, in the person of Major General Evelyn Vivian Abraham Kwabia. We have with us a Senior Admin Manager and Head of Quality Assurance from the School of Anesthesia, 37 Military Hospital, in the person of Mrs. Benedicta Edinkra Nimakon. Also from the School of Anesthesia and also Senior Private Secretary, 37. She is the person of Mrs. Josephine Nyakun Echampon. We have with us the Head of Program, Physician Assistant, College of Health, YAMFO, in the person of Dr. Kofi Kuranchi. We also have with us the Head of Program, Physician Assistant Training, University of Health and Allied Sciences, in the person of Professor Edu Apia Kubi. We have with us the Director of the Ghana Police Band, in the person of Superintendent Felix Osei Mabwa. Representing GACRA, that is Ghana Association of Certified Registered Anesthetists, is the chairman of GACRA for Greater Accra, in the person of Mr. Abednego Peterson. Last but not the least is the academic officer from Narh Bita College, in the person of Mr. Cletus Kumi. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon us for that, please. So it's now time to listen to the address from the board chairman, who is a retired pathologist, professor of pathology at the University of Ghana Medical School, a former director general of the Ghana Health Service, and past president of the Ghana Medical Association and the Commonwealth Medical Association. He has special interest in dermatopathology and general wellness and speaks on ethics and professionalism. He is a fellow of the Royal College of Pathologists, West African College of Physicians, and the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons. He is a fellow of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences and a commander of the Order of the St. John's, UK. He is a recipient of the second highest national award, the Champion of the Order of the Volta. He currently serves as the board chairman for the 11th board of the Medical and Dental Council. I present to you no other person than Professor Ajimai Bedu Akusa. Shall we please welcome him?
Thank you, Richard. Members of the 11th board of the Medical and Dental Council, representative of the Honorable Minister, distinguished invited guests, inductees, parents and guardians, good morning. Today is a great day, as was said many, many years ago. And a great day indeed is today, particularly for you inductees. After 4 years of strenuous work and a befitting exam, you have reached this far. But let me just say that this is only the beginning. Welcome into the noble profession. I know yesterday you had a whole day of work in ethics and professionalism, but I want to reiterate some of the points that are on page 16 of your brochure. And please go through with me. I do this because these things are so important for the rest of your career. And we do not want any missteps in your forward movement in your career. So please bear with me as I read what is on page 16. Patients must be able to trust physician assistants, certified, registered anesthetists with their lives and health. I do not believe that there are any profession here where people would trust any other individual with their lives except this profession. To justify that trust, you must show respect for human life. And you must make the care of your patient your first concern. If there is a patient, you don't do anything else. These days, what we hear is that the patient is waiting, practitioners are on their mobile phones. That is professional misconduct. You have said in your pledge, and you have been taught through the practices of your profession, make the care of your patient your first concern. Protect and promote the health of patients and the public. Provide a good standard of practice and care. And this means you keep your professional knowledge and skills up to date. You've passed your exams, you've been inducted. That is not the end of your reading. You must keep abreast with your professional knowledge and skills. Recognize and work within the limits of your competence. There is no weakness in referring patients to the appropriate senior colleagues. If you do that, you learn. And if you learn, next time you have a similar patient, at least you'll probably be able to do much better than you did before. Work with colleagues in ways that best serve patients' interest. The patient is your primary concern, and everything you do must work in the interest of the patient. Treat patients as individuals and respect their dignity, improve and maintain their health. Now, this is the part that, for me, is absolutely crucial. Be honest and open and act with integrity. Act without delay if you have good reason to believe that you or a colleague may be putting patients at risk. If the patient is your primary concern, then take note. Never discriminate unfairly against patients or colleagues. Never abuse your patient's trust in you or the public's trust in the profession. Now, inductees, I ask, what is professionalism? And I have a little definition of professionalism. Doing the best at the highest level all the time to all manner of persons. You break it into four. Doing the best, that means that you are upholding your professional knowledge and skills at the highest level. And that means you maintain your knowledge at the highest level all the time. You don't do it to Professor Akosa and not do it to Yao Mensah. And to all manner of persons. It doesn't matter who the patient is. There is no discrimination whatsoever. We know that goes on. Sometimes people are, quite happy to do certain things and go the extra mile for people who eventually might end up giving them something. That, unfortunately, is not medical and dental practice. Now, let me address parents and guardians. Your hard work has yielded benefits, and today your ward has been inducted into the profession. This is only the beginning. We know that there is a backlog of physician assistants and certified registered anesthetists who have not been employed in the government system. And as you know, before you can be employed, and I think the minister has said it, that he is not going to employ people when he doesn't have money to pay them. And therefore, as and when the Minister of Finance grants what is called financial clearance, then there would be enrollment into the public sector. But you know, the Medical and Dental Council is working hard to be able to create a system that will get as many physician assistants who want to enter and become doctors and dentists the opportunity. We're working on, the last bits of an agreement, and very soon we would have as many of you who want to get into and become doctors and dentists. The backlog, we believe, is frightening, and for anybody who has put his head and his heart into the profession, we believe that if that is the ultimate, then we should assist and ensure that as many as can move in to become doctors and dentists. I believe that in the not too distant future, you will all be exposed to this, and as many as want to can get into the graduate entry medical program. We know that some of you have started going into that, but this will be more of an accelerated program, and it will be a lot more of physician assistants who want to do that. So this, for us, is a golden opportunity, because the Medical and Dental Council, we know that people say all sorts of things, and particularly those who do not pass the exams. Of course, rather than accept, your inability, you would switch on and pass on the fault to the Medical and Dental Council. They don't want many people to come into the profession. They don't want so many things. But if you know, Medical Dental Council has pushed for increased numbers into all the medical and dental schools, and also started graduate entry programs in all the medical schools. And so trying to increase the number, of doctors and dentists. So it will get to your turn, believe you me. Now, Once you're employed, you will be sent to the four corners of this country. Unfortunately, some people believe that Ghana is Accra, Kumasi, Takrade, Koforidua, Tamale, and probably nowhere else. In between all these cities that I've listed are many towns and villages that have Ghanaians that require health. Now, the only philosopher that I know face to face is called Abrante Amachedede. I don't know of Archimedes or Socrates or Plato or all those people. But as for Abrante Amachedede, not only do I know him, but I know his house in Accra and I know his house in Agogo. And I quote him because I think he speaks a lot to all of us. He says in one of his songs, Unsroma Echenwo baby. Your star is waiting for you somewhere. And if you do not go, how do you meet your star? He says that nipa nebosika and so nyankopon na eche na obeche amanaso obiara so na prepare ho a omre nso no na woni ho. That's human beings that create money. But it's the good Lord who shares the money. And he will share it for everybody to get benefit. But if you're in a hurry, maybe by the time it gets to your turn, you're not there. Take note. He says, ye you ko baby na krodosu yantina faako enye nimguasie. If you are sent somewhere, go. Don't stay in one place and disgrace yourself. To all you men and to all you women, for most places in this country, most towns, there's a high court. There may be a university, there may be secondary schools. So in terms of having partners, there are many who are eligible everywhere in this country. When we finished house job in 1980, two of my colleagues went to Sunyani immediately after that. And when they came back from Sunyani, they came with beautiful ladies. How I wish I'd gone to Sunyani. And therefore, wherever you're going, do not sit down. And parents, don't think that there are no good men and there are no good women wherever your wards will be transferred. Let them go. And let them go meet their star. And the world will blossom for them. Go and perform. Go and make sure that your own peers respect the work that you do. That for me is having achieved what I call excellence. It's not when people talk, it's when your peers. If your peers say, oh, as for this case, pass it on to patients, Mensa, then you know that you have arrived safely. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you're here today, you're being inducted. This is the beginning of almost 50 years of continued service for most of us.